So wait, did we just save Las Vegas? What's going on, everybody? My name is Steven and I am not leaving Las Vegas, and the news this morning couldn't be any better. No, we're not talking about politics. Instead, we're talking about the idea that Pfizer has a C-19 vaccine that is over 90% efficable, 90% efficient. It works, okay? They're doing large-scale trials. We'll talk about that right now and what it means for the future of Sin City and everything else in between. If you guys want to help out the channel, you guys can support us by liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell for the future notifications, and also leaving us a comment. Are you getting the vaccine? Well, I was going to tell you about how I was invited into a vaccine trial myself and why I didn't do it. Okay, we're going to hear about that too. But yeah, if you guys want to support the channel that way, that's the free stuff. Also, the Not Leaving Las Vegas Facebook group, it's free. Also, if you guys want to do not free stuff, we have the Facebook or the YouTube channel memberships. I have over 100, so we're going to be doing an exclusive members-only live stream there, as well as a separate one for Patreon. We have Patreon, and I started finally posting videos and photos there. I'm so excited. I was doing it for a while, and then things got busy, but we're back on track. Also, VegasFaceMask.com. Real men wear purple and blue and pink. I actually really like this mask. 2 for $25. Yeah, looks like we might have a federally mandated mask thing going on, if that's even constitutionally possible. Yeah, it looks like we might have that going forward. So you got to wear them. 2 for $25. They wrap around the back of your head. You never lose them. They hang around your neck. All right, commercial's over. Man, I always finish a commercial around the 1 minute 30-second mark, just so you guys know. All right, so Pfizer came out with exciting news. Good news, everybody, as Farnsworth used to say on the Futuramas. Big news, everybody. We have a 90% efficable stage 3 or whatever trial, late stage trial, that says that after a second dose of a C-19 vaccine, 90% plus of people are actually not able to get coronavirus anymore. It's fantastic. And at hearing this, casino stocks exploded. Wynn went up, Sands went up. And what it really hinges on is the idea of conventions and international travel. Now, I'm curious to know, again, if you're going to be getting this thing. And in a few minutes, I'll tell you about how I was accepted into a study after I applied way back in June, why it took a while, and why I am not doing that trial vaccine myself personally. It's not because I don't believe they don't work. I know we all get vaccines. Hell, you get a rusty nail in your foot, you're going to get a tetanus shot. But it's a whole complicated thing. But let's talk about this one. It's Pfizer, and it's been studied, and in over, I think, 40,000 different people, it was found that at the second dose, after the second dose, 7 days after that second dose, people are essentially not able to get C-19 virus anymore. Isn't that fantastic? I think it's fantastic. There's a lot of questions to be asked. There's a lot of questions about the long-term efficacy. It's going to work in 2, 3, 4 years. If this is something you're going to need to get a booster for, and before you go decrying, oh, a booster, there you go, it doesn't work. Well, actually, kids, you need boosters all the time. When I was coming down here, and I'm from Canada, and I was doing things for permanent residency, I needed to get boosters for certain things, or else the government wouldn't even talk to me. So that's something that I had to get. And whether or not you've gotten them or you have not, you probably are due up for a booster on some of your childhood vaccines. So we might need a booster for this. Who knows? It takes 2 doses. And Pfizer is saying that after the first part of the first doses, there'll be 50 million available to people in high-risk situations. We're going to assume those would mean, first responders, people that work in hospitals, people at risk like the elderly. And then after that, 50 million doses, 1.2 billion available throughout the end of 2021. Kind of nuts. Now, every single state jurisdiction in the United States, it seems, has a rollout for the vaccinations. And you want to consult what your local state government is doing. All I know is that here in the Silver State, I hope that everything goes according as planned. We've had some serious problems with our Governor Sisolak being able to roll out things and make things straightforward. Now, people might get afraid because the military might be involved. I'm not going to make that video. That's a conspiratorial video, and we don't really buy into those kinds of theories here on the channel. channel, but some people do, and you can go down that rabbit hole somewhere else, I suppose. But it's got to be distributed. And even if people aren't willing to take it, it seems like the casinos are really, really happy with the news. And again, they're happy because this means that we will put confidence back in the market. See, people buy things on consumer confidence, and they buy ideas based on the same kind of thing in their head. So consumer confidence is an index that the United States runs at, and it says that if people are thinking that 2021 will be good, then the consumer confidence index will be high, and everybody will run out, well, not to the stores apparently this year on Black Friday, but they'll go out and they'll buy stuff on Black Friday for their Christmas time. By the way, somebody on YouTube suggested these make great stocking stuffers, and they really do. So you might want to check those out for your Christmas buys and stuff like that. But if the confidence index is really high, then people will do things based on what they think is going to happen in the future. And that's what's happening with casino gaming stocks right now. The stock market is high. People are valuing the stock higher because they figured that the Sands will get their conventions back, and that the Las Vegas Convention Center will get its conventions back, and all the hotels will fill up slowly but surely, and that the people will travel from overseas internationally once this thing launches, and that we won't have such a restriction on everything in life after this thing launches. But it's going to take a while. It's going to take a year plus. So let's see where we are in December of next year, I suppose. In December of next year, if there really is 1.2 billion doses of this thing, and by the way, this isn't the only C19 vaccine out there, there's several more, then maybe we'll have several candidates that have a 90% efficacy, or maybe Pfizer just basically wrote themselves a golden ticket for life. There's some dangerous things about vaccines, but I'm not going to get into them. I will talk about that on the Patreon later on today. I will post a video on my thoughts on that, and that will be on YouTube channel memberships. I cannot say those things on YouTube because it's against their terms of services, but I was invited into one myself, and I'll talk more about this on that video too. I applied back in June when it was in the RJ, the Review Journal, the major newspaper out here. They were looking for people in Las Vegas, and I applied. And I heard nothing back. And then about 2 weeks ago, I got a call. A random mysterious number called me, and it was a nice guy on the phone telling me I was brought into a C19 trial. Now, for reasons I can't, again, go into on YouTube, which really blows, I decided not to go in for the trial. The major reason was because the intake was 4 hours, well, 3.5 hours, but we all know it's going to be about 4.5. 4 hours to do the first meeting. I'd have to go down to a place. It was on the other side of town, nowhere near where I work. And it would take me 4 hours to get in and out. They were going to do everything, draw blood panels, urine tests, every single thing. It would have been like the most ultimate doctor's checkup in the world. Hey, look, you know what? You have cheap health insurance? Just go ahead and apply for life insurance, or go ahead and apply for one of these trials, because apparently I'm going to give you a complete health checkup. But that, plus some other reasons that I can't mention here, are the main reasons why, and I'll post those on Patreon and on channel memberships, so you might want to check into those if you guys are into the channel a lot and you want to see that stuff I can't do on YouTube. Those are the reasons why I didn't buy into it, quite frankly. I mean, 4.5 hours after I figured driving there and back, and waiting in a waiting room somewhere, wearing a mask, having to have a doctor poke and prod me so I could possibly get a placebo. Didn't seem like a good idea, especially since it's the last quarter of the year. Work is busy with what we have to do. It's still super challenging and tough. I have the YouTube channel and I have the face masks to help Caroline with. I just don't have enough time. I have about 70 hours a week, and it wasn't something I could buy into. But that's my experience. I'm wondering if you guys are on one of these things. I knew there was a non-disclosure agreement. I wouldn't have even been able to talk about it with the channel, but since I'm turning it down, all bets are off. But I can't name the company here. I'll do that on Patreon, and I'll do that on channel memberships. I know you sound like a commercial for that stuff. I'm just telling you that I will talk about it, but it just can't be this exact platform. It has to be another video in another place. Either way, that being said, I'm curious to know what you think about all this. Casino stocks are going crazy right now. Everybody thinks everybody's going to be able to travel the next year. I think we'll be pretty much out of the thick of things by December of next year. I don't know if nightclubs will be back. I'm not sure if buffets will ever be back. I know nightclubs are incredibly profitable, but only when they're at 100%. And I know that buffets apparently were not profitable even when they're selling for $60 a shot. But maybe they will come back. So some of those casinos that don't have to turn a profit can use them as a loss leader again and get people in the door. Long story short, you should be happy today. Even if you're not going to take this thing, then you should be happy today, because it gives an opportunity for people to breathe easier, have massive levels of confidence, and make things better for the world so we can stop stressing so much. Okay, so what am I wearing today? Well, somebody said it looks like you're wearing a Boy Scout shirt. I'm not. It's Nike, and it's got these badass patches on the side, and it is a Raiders shirt with camo on the side. And I am wearing the Raiders. They did, I believe, win yesterday. I gotta say, I haven't watched much football this year, but it's kind of cool, and it's actually literally chilly today. Although I am appreciative. My hometown in Calgary, Alberta, Canada is 8 degrees Fahrenheit. So when I wake up here and I see it's 38, I don't feel too bad about living in Las Vegas. And that being said, my name is Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for those future notifications, and you'll know when I do videos. And if you guys want to support the channel further, you got to wear one. We might have a big mandate coming up. You might have to wear one everywhere. Who knows? VegasFaceMask.com. No S at the end. That would help out a whole lot. And I don't know what this one's called. It's called Grateful Dead Hippy Dippy Trippy, but I like it. I love the colors. All right, now it's time for the video where I get up real close. Say 3, 2, 1, click. So we do that. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and thanks for watching. You're the best part of my morning. Click.